It feels like only yesterday I was talking about Gears 5. Well, it wasn't that long ago, but here I am in 2021 still talking about the Gears of War series. Previously I'd spoken about how Gears 5 is basically The Last Jedi, and how the latest entry in the series is like the sequel Star Wars trilogy, also known as pretty shit. But that's not the reason why I've returned to Gears 5. We've got our first piece of story DLC in Gears Hivebusters, and being a fan of the series, I again tapped my Gears brother-in-arms on the shoulder, revved up our lances, and whoa. Gears Hivebusters is story DLC that is just released for Gears 5. Now, instead of following Kate Skywalker around in the aftermath of defeating the worm from Dune again, we follow Scorpio Squad. Hivebusters works as a bit of a prequel to the multiplayer mode Escape. We're introduced to Scorpio Squad, and we're also reintroduced to Colonel Hoffman from previous entries in the Gears universe. Scorpio Squad are tasked with infiltrating a swarm hive, deploying a bomb on the bottom, and escaping, which seems like basically the escape mode, and is also very familiar to Gears 1. However, what starts out as a simple mission goes wrong, and the never seen, or mentioned, or heard of threat, or maybe not threat, but creature, appears. Now, this DLC is roughly 4 hours long, and this story is not only leaps and bounds better than the Gears 5 core story, but the characters of Scorpio Squad are likeable and entertaining. You'll have an entertaining cutscene and, as you'd expect, an introduction to the Gears game before finding weapons and calling in an extraction. However, depending on what character you're playing as in Hivebusters will depend on your character's ability. Now, Mac will have a portable shield protecting him from gunfire. Lani will use a electro blade that deals a decent amount of damage and stuns enemies, while Keegan, my man, deploys a ammo resupply. You'll face off against the same swarm enemy variants that you've seen before, but there are also some boss battles that make things a little interesting. Taking on a carrier while hordes and hordes of juvies attack in a confined space was a proper stress test. Then, while taking on a warden with thick smoke covering the arena was horrifying, but awesome at the same time. Also, if you can't already see, Hivebusters is stunning. Now, my buddy and I were both playing Hivebusters on a Xbox Series X on 4K TVs, and that's not to brag, but we did experience this beautiful world with no technical issues, bugs, graphical pop-ins, or anything. Thankfully too, these are structured missions and there is no free roam. Now, the story of Hivebusters 2 at one point has members of Scorpio Squad hear and re-experience their fears, and it provides great character development and backstory. Now, I played the DLC as Keegan, and he was an Onyx Guard on Azura, and that's Gears of War lore crap for those of you who don't know the Gears of War story, and that's an amazing character backstory. Keegan is more of an interesting character than Kate and Del. Now, you'll also meet the Coltrane baby whoo's daughter, and she's a pretty good character that doesn't play on the being the daughter of a main character from previous games trope, which is awesome.
Coltrane runs at whole grain, baby! Wow!
Though not everything is fantastic about Hivebusters. The use of abilities like Keegan's ammo drop removes basically all tension and ammo preservation. Escape mode is, well, obviously about escaping a swarm hive while poisonous gas creeps and follows you around the hive. You'll start with a pistol while ammo and weapons are scarce. Now, while the campaign starts off with a pistol and you'll have to use awful weapons like the Enforcer, you'll find Lancers and Nashes, and once you have these, you really never need to change weapons or find ammo because of Keegan's ability. Abilities now can also be upgraded, just like how you could upgrade Jack in the main campaign in Gears 5. You'll find what can only be described as runestones, which increase the duration of your abilities, giving you max health or have explosive weapons regain ammo from Keegan's ability. Now, during the final boss fight of Hivebusters, which I won't show you due to spoilers, my mate and I were just calling out where the target was, and because he was using a torque bow and I completely upgraded Keegan's ammo drop ability, he didn't need to go out and look for ammo. He could just sit back and comfortably pop enemies, while having these abilities removes any fear and tension and challenge during these fights. Though Hivebusters to me acted like a return to form for Gears games. It's a pretty good story where you'll traverse through old cog vaults, ride a river of lava, and I'll avoid that Star Wars reference, and experience a beautiful, dense jungle. Now we get a new squad with interesting characters, and when the credits rolled for the campaign, I immediately went straight into escape mode, and that's not just the capture footage for this video, it's actually a really fun mode. Hivebusters is a DLC story expansion where I think these characters deserve their own game. Now if you've got Gears 5, definitely check out Hivebusters, but if you don't have Gears 5, get Ultimate Game Pass on your Xbox, even just a trial, to check out Hivebusters.